will you be the same person?
People ask, you got a great concept, minimum wage, and I hear your concept of what you're talking about and things. Um, I'm never trying to control anybody. And you say people need their space. I can tell you, I can have 20 women stay in my house and never trying to control them. Like, and all they do, the motto is don't let people manipulate you. Because if you bring that into the home of manipulation and jealousy of manipulation, this stuff is about relationships and relationships and connection, and that can be the deadliest thing between certain things and connections of the kingdom of God. God ain't never trying to put people in slavery, but to understand these things, he feel like you're gonna get people to manipulate you. Why do you think we have war that's fight wars? Because different cultures able to get manipulated by different beliefs. That's going to be the different culture of that. God is always able to catch, and I'm always able to catch if they fall in my arms.
These are the same questions that you ask. In fact, you are something that they have never tasted.
So I have to tell you something. Those are the things that you're talking about. You have to be able to keep that goal at a hand, right? I can have a, a big mansion, and I can have 100 rooms in the room, and everybody cars can be in there. But would you let everybody manipulate you? That's the kingdom of it. And you talking about minimum wage, is always a minimum wage. If you get minimum wage, you can tell people that, hold up, I like, there's so many things. And what definition of minimum wage? You talk about entertainment minimum wage. You talking about business minimum wage. I need you to understand this world to tell me about your YouTube. Like, before I just say something, you gotta tell me what is going on here and how to define what you're asking me. So, like, I'm asking you for your feedback. Yeah, I will catch them, but that create balance. God gotta say, and you're gonna always, when you create balance, a person can never be too greedy. But remember, balance and your kingdom always gonna to go up. One thing, a king might have more at first, but when he gets to where he's at, he's gonna have to make sure his princess and his princesses and the princess that's around him good. So can the queen and the princess be good and the prince and everybody, and you got to understand that the king have to get first, but the elevation of everybody in the kingdom must be, and then they catch up with the king, and you have to understand that stuff. So things have to be balanced in the kingdom of understanding those things. Everything has got to be given, but half of humans want things so too much, and they don't know how to balance things out, right? Let me tell you, my little nephew talking about buying shoes and Nikes and Jordans, Nikes. I bought me a $30 pair. They buying games. I'm investing. I'm doing these things that get it. Yeah, I will catch you, but you gotta understand those things. God don't want to freak to understand it. The most thing I want to tell you, a car ain't nothing. A house is way more important than a car. Remember those things to understand it. Your bills must be paid. A car ain't nothing. Let's get these guys to understand it. A roof must always be over your head. The houses must be paid off more than the car. And that's the concept that we need to understand. Because if you go buy a piece of jewelry, bam, nah, I'm not into that. I had jewelry to understand it. So can we understand those format? Nobody not trying to control and anything. Yes, God will catch you. Yeah, but you got to understand the balance of it. A woman is going to able to get manipulated because they got to go out. Nobody's not trying to control anybody in the format of that. You have to understand the king of the price to understand it. And your king, after he gets great, he's going to take a couple of losses to understand it, to make sure you straight. He's going to be straight, but your king is going to take a loss too. Once that's Adam and Anna, and he's going to make sure, and then after he take 2 or 3 laughs, after he gets straight, and he know he got to take that loss after his elevation is good, the concept of it. But greed and selfishness and not want to balance out and want things as well as everybody else. Let me tell you something. My stepdad got a PlayStation 5, and my nephew got a PlayStation 4. My brother, you know what? I didn't get a PlayStation 4. I still got my PlayStation 4. So to understand the kingdom of God, you have to understand it. Nobody's not trying to control anybody, but can you keep the kingdom of manipulation? People gonna try to use love, mind, tactic. I can buy you this, but that's not the concept of how we understand loyalty and keeping your kingdom running and balance between that. My thing is about growth, and those things try to be taken away from me. I need you to understand those things. So as we keep moving in a direction, nobody's not trying to control nobody. And we have movie night. We sit up there and enjoy each other with movie night, Game of the Throne. Not with all the bull crap like them, HBO and all that. We have fun and just wake each other up. Sometimes I might come and mess with y'all and just understand each other. You know, people and understand each other. Life can be so much good, and people gotta want it. Most people don't want it. I can have 100 babe, a mansion that got 100 rooms, top and bottom, and everybody pick their own bed. Every woman pick their own bed. You get computers and go to school. That's what a real trap boy do. That's what an understanding and balance and not keep their mind just on the streets of arguing with the enemy. That's the concept of what we dealing with. Can you understand? And you gotta have these guys that's not around because they can have people that can manipulate them in their circle. That's why the threat is more. The threat is more severe. That's why the thing is more severe. You might wake up in the morning and smile and understand. You don't have to have no stress and balance between it. And a woman got to realize the bills must be, a house must be paid, your bills, your rent, your electricity, kids. All that don't matter at the end of the day. Remember these things. When you start focusing on the goal, I rather buy a lot of houses than cars. I'd rather own every house. If I can own every house in America, that would be great than cars. The concept. I'd rather make sure my electricity paid, my rent paid, food in my refrigerators. The concept of those things is to understand it, right? Nobody's not trying to control, but it's other men that trying to get the concept. That's the biggest threat. And then when a man tell you to walk away and you take stuff and you let that man go, that man is gonna close that door and he's gonna go somewhere else with his kingdom. Some hard-headed that the cold-hearted, after they just rob you, they kill you without just taking it, because you're a threat not to them, and you gonna let it go. You're a threat to rise again, and that's the biggest threat of them all. The understanding. I don't know about you, like, if you hang out with me, I'd rather be cooking, making marshmallow, doing music in the house, understanding each other, watching Game of the Thrones, waking up, just enjoying each other's time. Not out there arguing with the enemy. I go to books and over. Go, what we gonna do today while we just doing music and ignore everything? No one argue with people. That's the concept of what I want. Like you got a great personality. I like your personality. You're great. I'm liking your concept that you're throwing at me, and I'm liking everything that you throw at me. I'm liking those things. I'm liking the concept that the understanding of those things, right? That's the understanding of those things, right? The concept of waking up with a smile and worry about nothing, and I could be like, well, have a good day. But if you're gonna let the enemy get to you and take the manipulation out of it, it's the very crucial part of how define slavery and define everything that we talk about in this format. Because I'm trying to mix the conversation up with what we talking about and what we doing those things. But it's the manipulation that's gonna get. I don't want to. Hey, I might be at the house at the end of the day just playing my game. I don't want to have no and just enjoying myself. Not a damn woman, not anybody walking the face of this earth can come. No, the concept of understanding of the concept, but they can't be with all that drama. You bringing too much attention, anger, bitterness. I don't look like um you got a great personality. You're great, and I like the concept that you bring. I like the glow that you have. I like how you throw the punchline. I like the mindset that you're bringing, your personality that you're able to bring to the table. That's the most greater thing out of them all.